What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Kamala Harris is consistent. What do I mean by that? Well, she's not consistent, of course, on who she is. Kamala Harris is a massive fake. She's everything to everybody. She doesn't know who the hell she is. She doesn't even know how to pronounce her own name. She pronounces her own name different ways. She uses fake accents to talk to different audiences. Depending on where she is, she could sound like she's from San Francisco. She was raised in Quebec. But if you get her south of Mason-Dixon line, she's suddenly Foghorn Leghorn, right? She's an extra in Gone with the Wind. It is not that she is consistent in. She's not consistent in her policy positions either. Remember, she's the border czar in charge of letting 10 million people unvetted into our country, and now she's trying to erase that from your memory. She's trying to tell you that she'll be tougher on the border than Donald Trump. This is her campaign slogan. So no, she's not consistent in policy, in who she is as a person. She's not consistent in her soul. She literally doesn't believe in anything other than the craven gobbling of power. She's a power gobbler, after all. No. Kamala Harris is consistent, however, in one element of her life, and it's worth giving credit where credit is due. Kamala Harris is the cringiest person to ever hold up a telephone. If she's on the phone, she's going to be super cringe. She's going to be consistent in producing cringe content on the phone into eternity. If you could power the world through the nuclear fission of cringy phone calls, we'd have all of our energy problems solved completely, which is very good for Kamala Harris because, well, she's destroying American energy anyway. So Kamala Harris has been producing cringe phone calls forever. Kamala Harris, upon the announcement that her and Joe Biden had manufactured enough votes in the 2020 election to be installed in the White House, she said this on a phone call.
We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
Is that my Kamala Harris impression? No, that's my Kamala face. Kamala Harris, ladies and gentlemen. Who the hell was that? It's like a caricature. This would be like if I was paying an actress to do a Kamala Harris impression on Saturday Night Live. It's so bad. It's so creepy. It's such a Batman villain. Cesar Romero Joker. Kamala Harris is incredibly creepy and cringe. But even that phone call, like I can't believe her team filmed that and said, this is the best we're going to get. Put it up. Just put it up. And they did. Kamala Harris has gone on to have multiple creepy and weird phone calls that were fake and recorded that don't make her look good. That make her look really, really bad. Recently, Kamala Harris decided to hop on the phone with her brand new vice presidential selection, another communist named Tim Walz. Now, Kamala decided to just not be mic'd for this and to sit inside of a giant, echoey, open room with a telescope. There's a massive telescope there. And, well, tell me if you think this sounds natural.
Hi, this is Tim.
It's Kamala Harris. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me. Let's do this together. Would you be my running mate and let's get this thing on the road?
I would be honored, Madam Vice President.
The joy that you're bringing back to the country, the enthusiasm that's out there, it'll be a privilege to take this with you across the country.
Well, let me tell you, I have just the utmost respect for you. I have really enjoyed our work together.
Is Kamala Harris like stargazing or something? Like what exactly, what is that? Huh? It does bring me back to my favorite Kamala Harris video where she goes up with a bunch of kids into the observatory to look at space. She talks about space. But that's not the time for this. Okay, let's continue.
Understand our country. You have dedicated yourself to our country in so many different and beautiful ways. And we're going to do this. We're going to win. And we're going to unify our country and remind everyone that we are fighting.
Why is she looking at a screen like that? She thinks she's on FaceTime? Like, what's going on here?
Future for everyone. So let's get out there and get this done, okay?
Let's do it. Do the work in front of us. Let's win this thing.
That's right. All right, buddy. I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't a real phone call. You can tell. One, I just a stickler for sound here. Like, why is Kamala Harris? Why does he sound? He sounds better than Kamala Harris because he's like actually in an authentic setting. Kamala Harris is in like some type of echoey studio and sounds terrible. Two, Kamala Harris just stares down at the phone the entire time, like she's reading a script, and it does sound like she's reading a script, except for she repeats herself. Three, the way that she actually did this is like so cringe. You and I are gonna do it, she says. Huh?
Good morning, Madam Vice President.
Listen, I want you to do this with me.
Weird. Super weird. Tim Walz, on the other hand, is just kind of like, aw shucks, I was just right in the middle of burning down the rest of Minneapolis. That sucks. I guess that'll have to wait. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I'm just in the middle of changing the Minnesota flag to become the Somali flag, but yeah, totally, let's do it. Kamala Harris like, I have some telescope things we can see. This isn't, by the way, this is real. Okay, so first, it's always good to remind people that these things are real. And then two, to remind people that, man, this stuff doesn't fly. Let's reenact the phone call for TikTok. Kamala can't help but come across as inauthentic at every single turn. It's just so bad. Totally organic and not staged. Aside from Tim Walz sounding like a total beta male, why is every major Kamala Harris phone call scripted in such a corny manner? Her facial expression in this video just exudes crazy. Of course, Harry Sisson. I love this. It's so heartwarming. She called him buddy. I'm gonna barf. Yeah, this is like not getting a great reaction. She comes across as real socially awkward in these staged videos. Cringe, everyone's saying. Two, Marxists slow down the propaganda videos and start dropping some policies so people can see what they're voting for. I really wish they'd stop staging phone calls. The shtick is getting annoying and they really are not good at it. Stop staging calls. Also weird. Yeah. They didn't even just do it with Kamala. They did it with second gentleman, who, not very gentlemanly this week, admitted to having an affair in his first marriage with the nanny, and then forcing her to not carry the baby to term. Not exactly sure what that means, but you can fill in the blank there. Not a good guy. Typically not the kind of thing that you'd say. Not a good guy. Let's see what old Doug Emhoff, who you may recall, actually locked lips with Jill Biden's creepy swingers club. These people locked lips with Jill Biden, at the State of the Union. There's a photo. Don't come for me. I'm not the guy who kissed Jill Biden. Doug Emhoff kissed Jill Biden in the mouth. Here's their creepy cringe phone call.
Gwen.
It's Doug Emhoff. How are you?
Holy smokes.
Right.
So,
Yes, thank you for taking time to call. It's so considerate.
So,
Thank you.
Gwen, I remember getting this call 4 years ago, and I actually know what you're going through right now, but the good news is I've already been through it. So just like Dr. Biden was there for me, who had been through it, and I've been through it, I'm gonna be there for you. And we're gonna do this together,
Thank you.
and
Thank
Kamala
you.
and Tim are gonna do this together.
Wait a second. So just like Dr. Biden was there for me, is this what you're talking about? Again, don't come at me for like noticing the fact that you freaking like making out with the first lady. So cringe. So bad. Is it as bad as Barack Obama? By the way, meet the real Doug Emhoff, Kamala's cheating husband, who, with the family nanny, worked for dodgy arms dealer and well-timed feminist rebrand as his wife runs for president. That's exactly right. Yep. Uh-oh. Doug Emhoff's first marriage to film producer Kristen Emhoff fell apart after he had an affair with the nanny. Okay, I guess this is Kristen Emhoff right there. There you go. Oh, good. This is Doug actually kissing his. This is Doug kissing his next wife. Got it. All right. Jeez. Oh, so gross. So, Kamala Harris, at least he learned how to talk on speakerphone here. So, Kamala Harris, speaking with the Obamas, allegedly held a speakerphone call up to her ear. Okay. Weird.
Kamala.
Hello. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, hi. You're both together. Oh, it's good to hear you both.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am proud of you. This is going to be historic.
We called to say Michelle and I couldn't be prouder to endorse you and to do everything we can to get you through this election and into the Oval Office.
Oh, my goodness. Michelle, Barack, this means so much to me. I am looking forward to doing this with the two of you, Doug and I both.
All the jump cuts.
And getting out there, being on the...
The same lines. She says the same lines. If you're looking forward to getting out there and getting on the road, why haven't you done a single interview in 21 days? Kamala just got a 5-point bump with boomers, using the speakerphone, putting it up to your ear. This is super duper cringe. Everybody's saying the same thing. Obama endorsed Kamala in the most cringeworthy way. Yeah. We can somehow hear... None of them can act. Kamala goes from talking on the phone to holding it to her ear. Somehow, by magic, we can still hear the Obamas clearly. These people are really, really dumb. Kamala taking fake phone calls is peak cringe Kamala. Kamala Obama call might be cringe. Never estimate the DNC to sell anything, no matter how cringe, to the American people. That is very true. Yeah. Poor scripted events. Everything about Kamala Harris is synthetic. Why do you talk to a speakerphone? This is what everyone's saying. So I have only one final thing to share with you, which is the only true authentic piece of information about Kamala Harris on the internet, which is Elon Musk's amazing ad about Kamala Harris that he posted, and it went insanely viral. Here we go.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility of the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time. Another trick is trying to sound black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking. The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring. And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean Joe Biden. You think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.